The most popular and effective first mod for a 5.7 Hemi Ram. I'm going to be sharing with you guys that right now in this video. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. I got to fix my camera, so got an angle. Good morning and happy Thursday. I want to say, hope you guys have a good Thursday today, and definitely make sure to focus on the things that's important. But I'm going to be sharing with you guys the most popular and effective mod for your 5.7 Hemi Ram, like your first time mod for your 5.7 Hemi Ram. That's definitely a must do. So obviously when it comes to modification for a 5.7 Hemi, there's a lot of different things you could do. So I'm not just speaking on just one thing or two things, a couple things, and saying this is pretty much it. Like, what I pretty much mean is that, in my personal opinion, I'm gonna share with you guys like what I think is like the most like must do right away mods. That's definitely most people tend to do when they have like a stock 5.7 Hemi Ram. But with that being said, before I get into this video, I want to say, if you are here for your first time on my channel, definitely go ahead, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, support the channel. If you're a fan of Mopars or 4th generation Ram, go ahead and click that click that subscribe button and support the channel. So first thing I would like to say is, starting off is gonna be with aftermarket cold air intake. I always say this because this is like the #1 first mod for pretty much a lot of people, and also not just the fact that it's very effective for your 5.7 Hemi, because we all know the stock intake that they have on here pretty much is not really like the best, and it's very restrictive. Like I said before in my previous upload, that the stock intake they have on these trucks, they might tell you is the best, the dealerships and stuff like that, but when you really go to see after you have, like, especially my truck is over 100,000 miles, and like you could really see, like, I'm not talking about a brand new truck, but any truck that has a couple miles on the dash, and you go ahead and change your filter that's in there, and you check into the low funnel thing that's in there too, you will see how much dirt just built up and sitting there, to where that it makes you think like, dang, this, even though I was changing my filter, but this explain why like this factory intake on here is not really the best. And it's, to me, honestly, anybody know, like, I feel like those just not really like the best. So it's always good for you to start with a aftermarket core air intake. So that's the best route for you to go. Now my next is gonna be a performance tune, because why I say a performance tune, because with you doing, not just you, with you adding on modifications and stuff like that to your Ram over time, like a performance tune could really help with like overall, like bring all that, all that mods together to make it more effective and better for the truck, and then also help the truck to run a lot better. And it could also help you believe it or not, I know for a fact, if you add like a performance tune to your truck after you add a few modifications, sometimes it does help with your MPG and stuff, your miles per gallon. And there's a lot of different, like, there's a lot of good things about you adding a performance tune when it comes to your Ram, like your 5.7 Hemi engine trying to add a performance tune. There's a lot of good things to really be able to think about. And I highly suggest that you should do that. And then also, if you're going with a performance tune too, another thing to keep in mind, just try to be mindful to really try to, if I'm gonna do a performance tune for the first time, like me, I never done it to a vehicle before, but don't try to find somebody that's not really like well known, or probably, for example, if I'm doing my performance tune, like getting a performance tune on this truck, where I'm at, there's I think Rainy Racing, that's his page, or that's his website or something like that. And then there's another one around where I'm at that's not that far from me. It's about probably like 10 minutes, 15 minutes out. It's called DC Lonely Tunes. They also go with tuning vehicles and stuff like that. And they work with Rams, like pretty much, I think mostly Mopars and stuff. So you want to really go to somebody who has like that knowledge with, let's say if you have a Mopar, or somebody who got a good rep, I'll say. So that's gonna be my next thing and why I feel that way. Now this one I'm gonna be sharing with you guys is another good known like modification that not even just 5.7 Hemi Ram, but a lot of any kind of fast car pretty much will have it. It's I say upgraded camshaft. This, now don't get me wrong, this, I'll be honest with you guys, this is like, there's different stages of camshaft, but camshaft could be very expensive too. But then on the other hand, it's a huge up for you if you're looking to increase power, and then also looking to get more torque and stuff like that too. That's one of the reasons why I would say, even though camshaft is not, it ain't something cheap, but I definitely say my why is because you can get a lot of power. You could get a lot of power quick, and then your torque could be gain some torque, and then also the fact that not even just that, but the fact that it's gonna make your truck sound a whole lot better, meaner, aggressive. That's like one of my biggest things about camshaft that I like. I mean, the power is, it's like number one for me, but it's just overall, I just like to hear like the chopping sound, that especially if it's on like a Hemi. Like I hear some of these trucks before with camshaft on there, and they sound crazy, like they sound real mean. It's crazy to think that, like, even though this is a 5.7 Hemi and a 6.4, there's really not big. There's not really that much of a difference with a 6.4 and a 5.7 Hemi, because like they both have like similar things, but the only difference is the 6.4 could make, you obviously can make more power with a 6.4 block, but the sound would definitely sound kind of like the same if you were just taking a stock 6.4, putting some gainer tune, probably putting some long tube headers and stuff like that on it. It's definitely gonna chop and sound the same as a 5.7 Hemi Ram. Like it's definitely will. And now after you do like a camshaft upgrade, and then you got your tune, and then you got your core intake. Now the next biggest thing that a lot of people tend to do is going with going with an aftermarket full exhaust system. It doesn't matter which one, it could be catback or whatever, but there's a couple of exhaust systems out there that I personally think I want for my truck also that I'm gonna probably get. It's the AFE catback exhaust system, and there's Corsa also, but Corsa is also, now if you plan on doing a full catback exhaust system, I'll just tell you right now, just to be honest, like straight up, it's the same. It's gonna be in the same price range as you getting a camshaft and stuff like that. It's gonna be around like $2,000 with a full catback exhaust system. It's gonna cost you some money. It's not gonna be something that's gonna be like cheap, and unless you just doing a muffler, which I feel like you don't really gain anything. You don't really get much. I just feel like, that's my opinion. I feel like you don't really get much from just doing just a muffler on your truck. Might as well do the whole 10 yard and get the best performance out of your 5.7 Hemi Ram. But now these are all good mods to do, and definitely is a popular mod a lot of people do. So now it's a bunch of other things out there I didn't mention, obviously, but don't get me wrong, just because I didn't mention them, I'm not saying that it's not also like a popular mod or a modification that a lot of people tend to do. So, but these are just some of the ones that I know 9 times out of 10 you meet a guy with a Hemi Ram or 5.7 Hemi. They tend to have, like, they're gonna have at least 1 or 2 of these things that I mentioned. So, but if you out there, you want to know, I'm giving you guys, I've said this plenty of times in majority of my uploads. So that's really gonna be it. I want to say, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I head into work, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.